Hey everybody, Robert Schmitz here with some quick updates about a few things happening on the channel that I am incredibly excited about. Long story short, we're rebranding what I hope is one final time because me, Jeff Berkus, and Lester Wiltfong, both those guys over at Windy City Gridiron, have come up with some really phenomenal content ideas that we are excited to bring, and we wanted to bring it to the biggest audience possible, so we're gonna take Run Pass Opinion and fold it under the banner of Second City Gridiron, and I cannot wait for what we're going to do with it. You know, originally when I started on YouTube, I was running under my own name as Robert Schmitz, and I originally rebranded to Run Pass Opinion in the first place because I recognized that I wanted to work on a team. I knew there were some really cool things that I could do if I had people with me, and I actually had somebody that was going to come on board, but things fell through, so Run Pass Opinion just became me. So there I was, managing a brand that was supposed to be team-oriented by myself. Which was fine, but when Jeff and Lester approached me with some really phenomenal ideas of how we can push things into the future, I was on board. The whole genesis of why I started on YouTube in the first place was to make the content that I wanted to make, and this content is content I want to make. I am so excited for it. So what you're going to see over the next few weeks is that we're gonna start changing the channel's name slowly. First, it's gonna be RPO plus Second City Gridiron, and then we'll move it over to Second City Gridiron probably in a few weeks, but I wanna give everybody some time to get used to the new feel of things. I think it's also important to mention that you're not losing anything. My streams, my content, my videos, if anything, there's probably gonna be a little more of them because I've got a team behind me to say, hey Robert, you gotta get something out. And honestly, deadlines really help. And in fact, to prove that point, I've got a phenomenal breakdown on Valus Jones releasing tomorrow at 8 a.m. that I am really excited about it. It's one of the best things I think I've ever done. But I want to go ahead and step aside and make sure that if you've never met Jeff Berkus and Lester Wiltfong, if you've never met the guys over at Windy City Gridiron, so I'm going to bring Jeff and Lester on and let you hear directly from them what their plan is for the future. Well, Lester, here we are, the day of the big merge. How you feeling? Are you excited?
No, it's great. I think it's outstanding. I mean, you know, we've had Second City Gridiron now for, I'm not even sure how long we've had it going, but you know, it's been growing, you know, leaps and bounds. You know, the guys over there have been great, really showing a lot of support. But when you gave us the offer, say, hey, come on board our channel, it's obviously a much larger platform. You have a well-established audience that tune in each week for your breakdowns and stuff. So the chance that we're having a chance to come over there to kind of meet up and join up with you. I mean, we're all on the same team anyway. We're all part of the same crew. So it's just cool. It's a cool opportunity for us. It's a cool opportunity to reach a new audience, and we're going to have a lot of cool stuff coming up here in the next Bears season.
Oh, come on, Lester. You can't just say cool stuff and then not tell us what it is.
Well, I mean, obviously our podcast stuff, because we always do the podcast over there. There's some other X's and O's breakdowns we have kind of planned. JB, who you'll hear from in a moment, you guys have a great show coming up from what I understand. I'm more of a preview episode. JB's also got a gambling show coming up, gambling/fantasy. So just a ton of stuff. We're excited to kind of merge both visions and take it in a same direction.
I couldn't agree more, Lester. JB, what are your thoughts on the merge? What's your vision going forward?
Well, I think as content creators, one of the cool things is that you have different skill sets. And so me being part of a team, I'm always looking to try to pair up with someone who brings something a little different to the table. And that's why I'm really excited to pair with you on the preview show. We've got a lot of really fun stuff planned for what we're going to be calling the 10-minute drill, which I think is an awesome name. And I'm really excited for what we have planned for that preview show. Lester and I have a really cool podcast we're going to be entering the second season with called Bear and Balance, which is a 24 hours after the game look. I've got Bears Over Beers with EJ Snyder, who's a scout. He's famous for the bootleg content that he has with Brett Coleman. But we're going to take a more scouting approach to looking at the Bears game. We're going to focus on a particular player or two every week with the Bears Over Beers this fall. So we're bringing in a lot of different angles on how this rebuild is going to happen. And that's going to lead us all the way through the season into the offseason where, Robert, we have some really fun ideas about how we think we're going to cover the draft. And so that'll be really fun as well. If you're into gambling, if you're into fantasy football, we've got some really cool content for you on a Sunday morning live stream that we're planning. So come hang out with us there and make some money.
That sounds awesome, JB. Well, I know you guys have me revved up, so when's your first appearance on the channel?
We'll do Bear and Balance probably on Sunday.
Sunday,
which is
yeah.
the typical day after. But yeah, we'll make our debut on the combined channel on Sunday to bring you some Bear and Balance.
That rules. Well, Lester, before we go, any final thoughts about the move?
Just we got a lot of cool stuff. Like I said, like you were saying, nothing's really changed. If anything, we're just adding more quality, more content to the RPO brand from the Second City Gridiron brand, which a lot of crossover there anyway. But it's just like you said, bigger platform, and this is always our combined vision anyway. So it's just a win-win all around for us.
Absolutely, Lester. And JB, I can't let Lester get a word in without giving you a chance. What are your final thoughts?
I think it's like building a wide receiving core in the modern NFL, right? Like you need a big X receiver on the outside. You need a power slot. You need a guy that can be a guy that can get you a first down, that get you the bucket kind of guy, right? You can't be all of those things as a content creator. You need your friends. You need people that see the game a little differently. And bringing in a varied skill set is just going to create a better overall product. And I'm really excited with what this team can do.
And there you have it. It's going to be a big shift for everybody, myself included, but I am really, really excited about it, and I think we've got the chance to build something really stellar all together. As far as breakdown streams on Wednesday go, they are still absolutely going to happen. The only reason they haven't happened so far is because we've been watching preseason football, and there is no All-22, or at least no All-22 I have access to. And come week 1, we're going to get right back into it. We may be changing the date off of Wednesday. If I can do Tuesday, I want to, but we'll all stay tuned on that. I can't wait to have our debut episode of 10-Minute Drill with myself and Jeff Burkus. You'll see a couple new streams pop up over this weekend more than likely, but overall, it's going to be a step-by-step process that honestly we're going to build out one brick at a time. But I'm really, really excited for the journey. I really believe in what we're about to create, and I can't wait to get started. So again, Velus Jones coming at you tomorrow at 8 in the morning. Should be a really good one. I can't wait for you guys to see it, and bear down. Thanks so much for bearing with me.